Who wants this joint? Capiche?
You gentlemen have a good night. We're closed.
I don't think you fully understand. See this place?
You should have taken no for an answer. I'm gonna break your jaw for you. But you made one mistake. You let me get too close. Catch, motherfucker. The fuck out. Let her go. No means no, motherfucker.
The movie begins with two police officers chasing down a fleeing criminal, but during the pursuit, one of the officers, Cody, is severely wounded, allowing the suspect to escape. Amid the chaos, an innocent civilian is also shot by the fugitive. Cody's partner, Mason, is shaken by the unfolding tragedy. While Mason tries to reassure Cody that help is on the way, Cody believes he won't survive and begs Mason to contact his brother, John, so he can protect Cody's ex-wife from a man named Toro. Mason gives his word that he'll deliver the message. Cody's brother, John Payne, a retired Special Forces operative, now runs a small bar in a quiet New York suburb. One night, after closing hours, two strangers show up claiming to be businessmen who want to buy his bar.
I'm a businessman, so I offer 20.
You gentlemen have a good night. We're closed.
They boast about their wealth and demand that John vacate the premises immediately. John, however, refuses to hand over his bar or accept any money. Their frustration grows into hostility, and they begin hurling racist insults at him, threatening to kill him if he doesn't comply.
You know who this is?
Relax, Paulie, I got it. How fucking appropriate.
Yeah.
John refuses to be intimidated and quickly takes both men down.
Catch, motherfucker.
Not long afterward, he learns of Cody's death, leaving him devastated. The next morning, John heads into the city to speak with Briggs, Cody's new commanding officer. Briggs explains that Cody was killed during an assignment passed down from his previous superior. Cody and his unit were investigating black market smugglers when he was ambushed and killed. The following day, Cody's funeral is held, with Mason, Cody's closest friend, visibly shaken as he mourns. It becomes clear that Cody had been deliberately lured into a trap. Briggs and other officers attend the funeral as well, and they encounter Cody's ex-wife, Lacey, who departs with several people surrounding her. Later, one of Cody's friends, Valley, approaches John and suggests that Cody's informant caused his death. Once the informant was exposed to Toro, the syndicate leader, Cody became a target. John tells Vala that once he has calmed down, he'll meet with him to talk further. Meanwhile, Mason, who has been quietly observing Toro's syndicate, spots Lacey with Jovic, Toro's right-hand man and one of his enforcers. After they leave the building, Mason sneaks inside, but his presence is detected, triggering a shootout. He manages to escape unharmed. Elsewhere, Valley is confronted by a group of men who brutally kill him and his family. It's implied these men work for Toro, who will not tolerate any interference. Following this, Briggs confronts Mason, stating that he plans to send more officers to wrap up the mission. Mason, however, asks for time to grieve Cody's death. As soon as Briggs leaves, Mason contacts John and arranges to meet him at a local pub. When John arrives, he unexpectedly runs into his ex-wife, Sky, who works there as a dancer. Mason soon joins him, and they witness Sky being harassed by a group of men who drag her into a private room. John tells Mason to wait and storms after them.
You heard her, right? Get the fuck out. Let her go.
He defeats the men quickly and orders Sky to head home immediately.
Good?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
Afterward, he rejoins Mason, who finally explains the entire situation. Mason reveals that he, Cody, and Valley were all working together on a case targeting Toro's criminal organization. Toro, who keeps himself hidden, operates through Jovic, the man who carried out Cody's murder. The only ones with evidence, Cody and Valley, are now dead. Mason reveals that Jovic visits the bar regularly, and the dancers there are used to traffic contraband. When John asks where Jovic can be found, Mason points to the back of the pub. Jovic is the owner. He visits twice a week, on Mondays and Thursdays, to inspect the new dancers. As Mason heads home, he is ambushed by several men attempting to kill him, but he manages to fight them off and survive. At his brother's house, John finds hidden evidence: a tape, a phone, and a key. The tape shows Jovic torturing and eventually killing Cody's informant, with Toro in the background, his face concealed. The video on Cody's phone reveals that he was targeted after seizing €5 million from the syndicate, which he had hidden with the safe key. Elsewhere, Sky and a friend encounter Jovic and his men. Jovic demands to know who attacked his men earlier. Sky's friend lies, saying it was just a random customer. Jovic wastes no time sending his men to capture both of them. The next morning, Mason shows up unexpectedly at Cody's house, startling John. John apologizes and invites him in. John then shows Mason the evidence tying Toro and Jovic to the crimes, although they still don't know Toro's real identity. Since they saw Lacey leaving with Jovic, they decide to visit her. When confronted, Lacey reveals that Toro's men forced her to help recruit vulnerable women to work as dancers and smugglers. When she hesitated, they threatened both Cody and his sister's lives, forcing her to divorce Cody and do whatever they demanded. Later, John received a video message sent from his ex-wife's phone. It showed Sky and his friend being tortured and ultimately killed by Jovic. Enraged, John rushes to Jovic's bar. Jovic's lieutenant pretends not to know where Jovic is, so John beats him until the guards intervene. John fights them all, defeating every one of them without injury. He learns that Jovic is upstairs. When John confronts him, Jovic accidentally shoots his own man in a panic. John kills Jovic by breaking his neck and interrogates his second-in-command, who says only Jovic and Lacey knew Toro's identity, as Toro always disguised himself. John seeks out Lacey and asks her to arrange a meeting with Toro at an old castle, offering to return the €5 million in exchange for her freedom. He then asks Briggs for backup, but Briggs refuses, citing that John is now a civilian. Disappointed, John turns to Mason, who agrees to help. That night, Toro arrives at the castle with a heavily armed crew. John and Mason, who have laid traps, fight off the attackers. During the chaos, Toro shoots Lacey. Mason prepares to kill Toro, who is finally unmasked and revealed to be Briggs, John and Mason's former superior. Enraged, John and Mason open fire, but Briggs escapes into the castle. Inside, Briggs stabs John and demands the money. John reveals he had already deduced Briggs' identity after recognizing the unique pistol from the informant video, one he had seen in Briggs' office. Meanwhile, Mason confronts and kills one of Briggs' men, who admits to murdering Vala's family. Briggs shot John multiple times, but John suddenly rises. He had earlier swapped Briggs' bullets with blanks. Lacey's death was also faked. John kills Briggs in a brutal fight, while Mason finishes off his own opponent. 3 weeks later, John visits Lacey at her newly opened cafe. She now goes by the name Adina, Cody's last name. John leaves her a heartfelt letter and a suitcase containing the safe key and a fortune in euros.